Hi YouTube, I thought I would do a quick look at some of the bags I own. They're mostly by Maxpedition, in fact all of them apart from one. So they're kind of tactically bags, they're all heavy duty and really well made bits of kit. I think most of the Maxpedition, if not all of it's 1000 denier, wears really well and it is proper good quality. So if I start down on the bottom right, down here, this is the Falcon 2 by Maxpedition. In the UK it's about 140 quid. So like all the rest of the Maxpedition stuff, it's kind of premium equipment. It's not the most expensive, but it's getting up there. The Falcon 2's got the water carrier attached. This bag in the middle is the Monsoon, and in the UK that's about 140 quid. On the bottom left we've got the Remora, and that's part of the Gear Slinger range. Above that, this little one is the only non-Maxpedition bag, and that's the Snug Pack Response, which is a budget bag. Then at the back, top, black Versa pack, this is the Fatboy. And then in the centre at the top is the tactical Tashi case. So we'll just take a closer look at them one by one and I'll give you my opinion on them. Okay, so this is the Monsoon, and this is part of the Gear Slinger range, which means it has the single shoulder strap, and yeah, it looks really quite nice. It's got a waist belt across to give you a little more support, which I don't really use. But in fact I don't use this bag very often at all. It is one of the bigger gear slingers. It's around about 1600 cubic inches or 26 litres, and in my opinion it's just too big to be a single shoulder strap bag. No, you may get along with it, depends how strong your shoulders are and how much you can put out with, how long you're going to truck with it. But it's just too much for me really, and it gets on my nerves. So the Falcon 2, which I'll show you in a second, is nearly as big and is far more comfy, spread over the two shoulders. Having said that, it's still a really nice bag if you're not going to carry it by the shoulder all the time. And it's got this lovely stitched over handle here, which makes it nice and easy to just lug out of vehicles. This is the front part, the molly attachments and some velcro hook and loop there. Nice big clip on the front, nice and sturdy. That folds down. We've got two compression straps which tighten the bag down once you've got it packed out. Actually looks a bit nicer packed out. It kind of folds away in a bit of a funny shape, but when it's packed out it does look a bit more attractive. So the compression straps can cinch it down if you've got it loaded right up. I don't think I've got much in these bags, so this one I very rarely use. As you can see, it unzips right open, giving you loads of access, which is nice. But again, due to the design, it's a bit, the shape of it, it narrows right in, which makes packing a little bit awkward for some items. Inside you've got the main pocket, you've got another Velcro compartment there, you've got a little pocket in here, and a little zip up mesh pocket at the top back in there. So it's quite simple inside, I quite like that. In this bit you've got a keeper. You've got this mesh pocket here with a little velcro tab. There's another pocket which is the full size there. That's the inside, main part. On the outside we've got a pocket that goes all the way down, molly on the outside, and a funny little mesh compartment here which is accessed sideways. I've never used that. It's probably actually to keep this in. Looking at it, you can see how much I use this bag. It's probably designed to fold the waist strap up and tuck it away in there. Then as we go around to the back, we've got some nice padding, and the concealed carry compartment, which obviously in the UK we don't use it for handguns because we don't have any, but it can be useful to have a concealed carry compartment anyway, or a place to put a water bladder. So again, a nice big compartment in there with some hook velcro to fit an organiser. So on the other side we come around to basically what's just a bottle holder. As you can see, there's a hole there for earphones or a cable of some description, which is just above that inner pocket. So it's well thought out. It's a well designed bag. It's just not, it doesn't suit me, not designed for me. The actual strap is nice and thick, well padded. I mean, if you are gonna commit to using a single shoulder bag, this is certainly one of the better straps that I've seen. And it's got this nice sort of rubberized, material on it. A little pocket down the bottom there, which will obviously sit sort of around your belly button area, I guess. Another one of the big clips. I've got all the spare webbing strapped back in one of the elasticated holders that they provide. And then at the bottom, which would be on your waist, is a little bit more molly, lovely padded part of the strap with more pockets. So we've got an inner pocket there, which is kept closed by this. Can't open. That one's stiff. And it's big enough for a mobile or a wallet. It's quite a reasonable sized pocket. And again, another pocket with a zip closure, which again is big enough for a phone. I've got a Kindle here just handy, so it won't quite take a. This is the original old school Kindle. Won't quite take that, but it's plenty big enough for the average wallet or smartphone. So there we go. That's the Monsoon from Maxpedition. Okay, so this is the next gear slinger, and this is the smallest one, I believe. I think this is the Remora gear slinger. In the UK, this retails at around about £80. And this again, being the gear slinger, is a single strap bag. As you can see by the size difference, it's tiny compared to the Monsoon. There it is with a Kindle on it, and full size iPad pretty much covers it. I'm not sure if this bag will take the iPad. I've never tried it that way. I don't think it quite will. almost ideal for it, not quite. It's not a good fit, but it does give a good indication of sizes. Just about the same size as an iPad that way. See, it will expand out several inches. I think it's around about 220 cubic inches, so sort of 3.5 litres, around about that area. And being single strap at this size is fine. I much prefer this to the Monsoon, and it's great for just a day trip, carrying your EDC sort of thing. Let's just show you. So we start off on the very front. Got 2 rows of molly web in there, and then a nice zip up pocket. Got some junk in some of these bags. I haven't actually gone through and checked them. So a little pocket down in there, then a slightly bigger pocket with some elasticated retainers. It's got the keeper and a inner pocket in that pocket. It's got a drainage hole at the bottom. You can make that out. Up above those pockets, we've got the Maxpedition logo just on a bit more Velcro, and one of these shock cord tie downs. We go into the main part. Now this only zips just under halfway down, and can be a bit trickier to get in, certainly different to the Monsoon. Not necessarily a bad thing. We've got a little inner pocket there with a load of Velcro inside of that. The main pocket, which is good 2 inches wide. Most useful one, obviously. Another sleeve pocket down here, which is retained by this little elasticated and Velcroed holder. Put even more down in there. That's about it. We've got these D-rings on the edge, a nice padded grip on the top. As with all the Maxpedition stuff, the sewing's great on it. They really do a good job on that, make sure it's sturdy. So this handle's not going to go anywhere, even fully loaded up. I'd probably load this thing with lead and the straps would be fine on it. On the sides, we've just got more molly D-rings on both sides, so you can just flip this shoulder strap to carry it on which side you want, which is quite nice. On the back, we've got this little retaining loop there. Not sure what the idea is to thread it for your belt or for another strap to go around, whatever. Got a popper closure up here into the sort of concealed carry pocket on this one, which again is more Velcro and goes all the way down. The padding on the back's quite nice. I don't know if you can make it out on the camera. It's all perforated. You've got this kind of funny webbing over the top, and then ventilated padding underneath, like a foam padding. So feels quite nice. It's got a little bit of grip on there so that it won't move too much. It'll try and grip against you a little bit as you're walking. But with this size pack, it doesn't matter. It is the right size pack in my mind for a single shoulder bag. So overall, that's in my opinion a much better bag than the Monsoon, and you want to stick to this sort of size, maybe the one up for the single shoulder. And that's the Remora. Okay YouTube, this is the budget bag here, and this is a fraction of the cost of some of the others. It's made by Snug Pack, and it's called their Response Pack. Now just from the feel of it, you can instantly tell that it's not the same as Maxpedition. This is a much lighter weight bag. It's going to not be as durable, but it does actually feel really quite robust. There's loads of reviews online of this bag, and for the price it's excellent. It's like about 15 quid in the UK. It's also like $20 I suppose in the US, and it's an excellent little pack. So it's got this handle which clips over on these clips, and then you sort of make the shape out of it. If these are packed out, these bags, you'll see the next lot of bags I've got are packed out, and they show their form a bit better. So we've got a little, we've got some molly on the front, and then a pocket on the front, and that pocket is zips down quite far. Zips, they aren't YKK or anything like all the Maxpedition stuff is, but so far they've been trouble free. I've not used this a lot. This one gets quite light duty. It tends to be filled with just stuff on a day out, and quite often just left in the car, but a way to organise stuff. It'd make an excellent sort of first aid pack, I would think. We've got pockets on either end, and they're both the same. Zip right down again, double zips, molly on the end, so that's the same pocket there. And then in the middle, which only zips out far, a little bit restrictive, but you got the main pocket, and in there we have just a little mesh pocket on one side, and the rest of it you're free to fill up. Moving around to the back, again more molly. We've got these loops here so you can attach it around the waist, and with Velcro holder there, it's actually pulls out into a full belt, so you can wear it like a bum bag or a fanny pack if you're American. The strap's got just Velcro to hold it in once you've got it tucked away. Personally, I wouldn't be seen dead wearing a fanny pack. And yeah, that's it. That's the Snugpak response. So for the money, it's unbeatable really, and a nice little bag. Okay, now we're moving on to bags which I use far more often. This one is a daily use bag. It's full of some of my crap, so you'll see that I haven't taken it out for the video. And this is the Maxpedition Fatboy Versa pack. At least I'm pretty sure it's a Fatboy. There's a few different versions. So I drive a lot. My job involves me driving to customer sites, and I'll be in various vehicles, my car, or sometimes even a works van, or my colleagues' cars, and this just gets slung in with me, and just carries my usual crap. So we got a bottle holder here on the front. We've got a zip compartment there, which I've got packed full of various junk. On top of this, there's a little pocket around there, which is perfect for my sunglasses. I've got a pair of Oakleys in there in a minute, and some headphones. I've put these pull tabs on myself. It came originally with just some black paracord ones, which were fine, but I just find these ones a little easier to use, so that's what I've done. In front of this we got some hook and loop Velcro stuff, so you can put your moral patches on. It's got a carry handle on the top. Now this looks a bit flimsy for what you'd expect from Maxpedition, and this bag's worn in a bit. It's been used so regularly. It's probably coming up for 2 years old now, and now it's been used daily. But you can see the wear on it. I mean, it's really held up well, no damage at all. And this handle, although it feels flimsy, it looks a little flimsy for Maxpedition standards, is held out perfectly. It's all double stitched, all the decent stitching from Maxpedition. So before we open that flap up, we've got another pocket here. You can see I've got that packed out, double zippers on it. All these are YKK, like all Maxpedition stuff, as well as now. In there I've actually got a pair of gloves stuffed up, some mechanics gloves, and a headband for my torch if I need a headlight. And you can be really brutal with the zips and stuff. They're all man enough to take some abuse. On the side here, this is an add-on. This is actually a little 511 radio pouch, and in this instance I've got a just one of those raincoats, just Mountain Life Active raincoat. I just carry that with me because I don't want to get wet if I get caught without a coat. So we'll move on to the main part. So that flap opens. We've got a little compartment down there which is next to useless really. You can stuff a little bit in. I've got an iPhone lead. There's not a lot you can put in there. And we've got this compartment here which is quite useful. I've got a snood and some more EDC stuff in there. It's quite useful. It's got some elasticated straps, and it is a reasonable size. You've got to bear in mind this pocket's included in the width that this strap will go over to. I've got this maxed out, the length of this, and it just about does it. I put my iPad in here. This is what I carry my iPad in daily, so it is a bit of a stretch for it. In the main compartment we've got a pocket at the front. The main pocket itself, which stretches out to a reasonable width. I mean, that's got to be 4 or 5 inches wide there. You can see the width of this pocket to compare it by. Then we've got another mesh retaining pocket at the back. Now what I tend to do is I've got a little Maxpedition organiser. You've seen that on my other vids. My Kindle just gets thrown in the back there, and my iPad, which is usually in a case, it is slightly bigger than that, gets thrown in there, and then that's cinched over. Now the iPad does stretch this, and can be a bit of a pain. It's not too bad at the minute because that's all I've got in there. Sometimes when I've got other stuff bunged in there, it really does get hard to close. So that's that bit. Strap itself, we've got more attachment points here. I tuck the waist strap in around now. More Maxpedition big old heavy duty clips. We've got a shoulder pad which is really comfy. It's removable from the strap, but you wouldn't want to remove it if you're carrying it like it, especially loaded up. Then there's more molly attachments down here. There's a little D ring there which I've put a S-peener on, and that's the main part of the bag. This bit against your waist is got more padding. You see, this is the only bit that's really showing any sign of wear. It's just fluffed up a little bit, and some padding where you might need it. It is comfy. Again, it's a single shoulder, so you wouldn't want loads of weight in it, but I don't carry this any great distance. It's not a bag that I would particularly want to carry around on foot too much. And then, last but not least, I tuck the pull cord up here. It pulls around, and we've got the concealed carry compartment. And again, I've got loads of stuff down in there. Some body warmers, a platypus bottle, a little book, and some other crap. And that is my Fatboy Versa pack. and it's been heavily used, stood up well, and is recommended. So we'll move on. Okay, so this is the tactical Tashi, and this is going to be full of some random junk. I use this as my shooting bag for air rifle and for shotgun. So there's a bit of mixed bag in here. I tend to just chuck stuff in when I'm not shooting, but you'll see. So on this side we've got a bottle holder and another one on the other side. Then at the front we've got this quite large pocket here. Got some bug spray in there at the minute. It's quite big, that'll take a fair size item. Bottom pocket there, I've got one of these plastic cases in there at the minute. A couple little pockets. I've got one of those little Cree torches in there. A lighter and a little knife in the other pocket. So that's a just for a size reference, that's an openal. I'm not sure what number it is. It's probably an openal sort of 5 or 6, something along those lines. It's in my shooting bag because it's a lovely little slicer. So let's move on with the bag. We've got another compartment in here, hook and loop. You see this strap, you see how well made this bag is. You can see the strapping is stitched all the way down. It goes right down and really reinforces the bag. This pocket doesn't open up big, but is useful for some narrow items and is well hidden. I guess this is the concealed carry bit of the bag. It's easy to miss that pocket. It doesn't, especially if you get that all lined up, it doesn't look much like a pocket. And these are the handles. They're stitched down there. This one's got a pad on it. I've had this aluminum thing just so I can shine a torch and find the bag wherever I've left it from out in the field. That goes round and it's really comfy. Real nice padding on there and comfy to carry. It's got 2 loops here for holding a large torch or bam. There's a cold steel shovel. I've actually used it and carried that on there before. Fits perfectly. Obviously this thing's more than big enough to carry the iPad, and it will kind of carry a smallish laptop as well. I think my MacBook fits easily. So that's just a small MacBook, but it does fit, no problem at all. So we open the main compartment up. You see the size is quite large. It doesn't zip down a massive amount, so you're kind of left fishing around in there. I've got quite a bit of stuff in there, so for the air rifle, rangefinder and whatnot. You see the size of it. There's Velcro along the bottom. There's not much else in there for organising, which is actually handy in my mind. You can get too much organising stuff in and it takes up space itself. So that works quite well. And then if we spin it around to the back, we've got this zips all the way down, well, nearly all the way down, and it's got some organising pockets, which is quite useful. If you were to use this for a laptop bag, it would work quite well in my opinion. The bottom's rubberised. It's got a drain hole in that pocket, for some reason not on that end. Not noticed that before. And yeah, that's a tactical Tashi. I haven't really got many specs on it. I think it's about 130 quid in the UK. and we'll move on to the Falcon. Okay, so this is the Falcon 2, and this is a very similar size to the Monsoon that I showed you at the beginning, and is much better suited. If I'm going to carry any weight in any of these bags, this is the bag to carry the weight in. It's a traditional backpack rucksack with 2 straps. Now it's not a big rucksack by any means, it's about 25 litres, 1500 and something cubic inches. It's not massive at all. Just comparison, there's the iPad sat on it. Easy swallow that in the main compartment. And the MacBook, no problem at all. This is quite an attractive bag in my opinion. Still got the tactical look, the solid colour, and I would quite like an urban version of this, maybe in a couple different colours, sort of grey and black or whatever, just to blend in a bit more. But it's an excellent bag. We've got this cinch strap down here. I'm going to have to move this review on a bit because I'm running out of memory space. We've got this front compartment. We've got another compartment up here. This is full of random junk. I've taken it out like this, but generally I just store some stuff in here when I'm not using it. More compression straps which holds everything down. An absolute treat, takes some strain off of the zips. This compartment zips quite far down, and there's a good sized compartment in there with more organising. We've got this main compartment here, again zips right down and opens up. So in here I've got a BCB kit and tarp, so you can get an idea of the size of this thing. So that's the full BCB cook setup. That's a British Army issue tarp. It's both reasonable size items. Got this little compartment here, and in the back we've got another zipped compartment. Now there is a hole up in the top here, and that goes right through to a hole at the top with a velcro closure. Closes down nice and tight. You can bring up wires or tubes through there. The tube idea is obviously for a bladder. If you want to carry a water bladder. There's molly all over this bag. So you've got it at the front, all down the sides. There's more webbing down both of the straps. Plenty of stuff to attach. You've got D-rings on both. There's a little waist belt that goes between the two. More molly down that side. See, I've got the water bottle holder there. Just chuck the carabiner off. And then at the back, like usual, the concealed carry, which is obviously, for me, well designed for a bladder. Put the water bladder in there. It zips sort of halfway around and limits your access. We've got a bit more velcro there. Bit of padding on the back. There's no sort of dedicated padding material. This bit is padded, and there's some V's sewn in it, which kind of let a bit of air get there, but it does get a little sweaty on the back. The bottom of the bag is rubberised. It's got some straps on it, which you can put some more gear on if you need to. So this is definitely my favourite bag for carrying any amount of weight, and that's an overview of all the Maxpedition bags I've got. Sorry I've had to sort of glance over them quite quickly, but if any of them show particular interest and there's a few comments, then I'll look at them individually in more detail just leave a comment. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.